Hi, I'm Nilanshu. I'm a fourth year electronics and communication engineering student from DCE. I have recently received an offer letter from Ernst Young. Um, the package that has been offered to me is about 5.75 lakh CTC. The details of the which have not been received yet. So I would like to share my interview experience with you all. The basic process of Ernst Young started with the selection criteria of marks के हिसाब से. Initially, it was 65% cutoff under academic criteria, including fifth semesters, the numbers for 6 semesters, and about 80 students were shortlisted. They were not shortlisted. 80 students applied for the same. There was no written round. Uh, the first round started with their normal presentation, and then we had a GD of all the 80 students. There were about 8 to 10 groups, having about 8 students each group. So the topics of the GD were very simple and based upon the daily and the current affairs that were going at that time. For example, the topics that I can currently recall were would the death of Steve Jobs affect Apple? And the topic that I received was is MBA actually important for business success? So what I felt that during GD, what actually helped was you were trying to put forward your point, but in a very calm way, and you weren't actually debating on the topic because it was actually a group discussion. And I felt that some of the people who had very nice points there were rejected because of the fact that first of all they were pressing their points too harshly, and secondly because of the fact that you weren't allowing others, rather supporting others in their speech. You must listen to what other people are speaking and frame your points from that. So I think those people were looking for that particular kind of personality traits in the people. And one thing that was unique to EY was that before starting with the GD, they asked for the introduction for each and everyone. Just a 2 minute introduction. So in that introduction, they expected us to say something about us, and followed by that, they were offering two profiles at that time. Followed by that, which profile are we applying to, and what is the reason behind the same. So the two profiles offered were risk advisory services in electronics and communication, and IT advisory services. So they were looking for communication skills, and if you can justify that why have you applied for the particular profile, your clearing the GD should be very easy. They selected about 3 students, 2 to 3 students each group. So there were about 24 students finally left, who, for which they proceeded with the interview rounds. See what happened in the interview rounds were initially there was one single interview round which comprised of both technical as well as HR. The technical basically wasn't very much, but the technical round basically focused upon your internship that you did in your summer. If you did your internship somewhere and in a technical background, they just basically grilled you a little on it. But if you were very frank and you told them whatever you knew, it was not very really actually grilling. They were very comfortable with you and were easily manageable. Okay. The second thing which was the HR round, that was actually more important, and I think deciding criteria. The basic and the most important question they were looking for was the profile that you have applied for. Why do you consider yourself fit for the same? And why do you want to apply in this particular profile itself? So I felt that what helped me answer that question was the initial research I did on EY. Before the company came to the college, you just go to their website, which is ey.com, and there for every profile they have a little synopsis for the same, telling what exactly are the rules required for that profile and what do they expect the candidates to do. So since I was applying for a consultancy job, so the next question immediately followed was, since you are an engineer and you have been doing technical studies all for the past 4 years, so why are you applying in the consultancy right now? So you need to actually if you have something which you have done in 3 years or 4 years that actually supports your non-tech background, or you can provide a really good answer for that. Why don't you finally want to go into technical? That would really help you. What really helped me was I started a startup in So I basically that was my main point of balance of the same. So Then the interview questions were very general. Tell me about yourself, and where do you see, what are your career aspirations? Where do you see yourself in next 5 years? Do you love traveling? Because we have heard that in EY you need to travel a lot because there are many client to client interactions with the same for the project. So if you were comfortable with traveling and you could answer the simple questions, simple HR questions, so it was very easy. And some people, there were two panels, so we were divided into two groups. Some people went to first panel, some people went to second panel. Both asked almost the similar questions. Then finally, after that, they selected about four students in the risk advisory and the telecommunication profile, and about three people in the IT advisory profile. That was much more of it.